Hello everybody, how you doing? Wee Paddy from across the shuck, and another wee video this morning. This is a response video you've seen by the title, and it's called "The Knife I Will Grow Old With," and it's an open tag from the Knife Detector, which is a great channel. He does an awful lot of buying his knives in flea markets, eBay, things like that, and he just comes up with the most wonderful knives. A lot of them older knives, which I do love. So please pop over to his channel. I'll leave a link to his video on this that he done, the open tag, and please join in if you can. Look, I find these tags awful difficult to just nail down to one knife, and I know that's probably wrong, but I'm going to end up with one knife, but I have a wee route to get there, as typical Paddy. I have a wee offshoot. This knife in front of you, I've picked out a couple of knives that I know I will have with me till I die, and then they'll be handed on to other people. I have a lot of children and grandchildren, and I want to leave them all a knife. Now, whether they all have a couple who I know will use them and keep them, the others, God knows where they'll go. I'll be dead and buried, I'll not care. But there's some knives that are very special to me that will never go anywhere. Now, I use them all, but they're still very special. Uh, he was asking for a knife that people would, in the family especially, would automatically think of me, and I've got a knife for that. It's the one knife. But this one, I just want to go through it. This is one that I bought when my father died. With a little bit of money that he'd left, I bought this knife, and this is my Hinderer Slippy. It's UK friendly, so I use it and carry it. It's a wonderful, wonderful knife, and every time I use this, I know it's an odd thing to do, to buy a knife to remind you of your father, but being as the knife hobby is my hobby, and it's something that I go back to every day nearly, and I'll see this knife every day. But when I take this out and use it, I have lovely memories of my father. I don't know how it works, but it works, and I'm not going to stop it. I mean, he's been dead, God, to 8 years now, and I still get so much pleasure out of this knife. It's just a joy to have. So this will be with me till I die, and it'll be handed down to one of my sons to look after. And I just absolutely love it, and the sentiment to it is really special. But it's not what people would know me for. I've got one more knife that I've just received. Now, I put his name up there. It's Berg Knife on Instagram. Go and check him out. I done a trade with him about a month, or well, it's probably a couple of months ago, for a knife from him, and it's a knife that I will use and carry. I find it hard to get it out of my pocket, to be honest, at the minute. It's one of them knives I'm carrying more every week than any other knife at the moment. But it's a knife I always wanted but never bought. And if you've seen the video on it, it's this. It's the Small and Cozy. It's the Chris Reeve knives. I absolutely love this knife. Just and amazing. And the reason I like it is it's a work knife. It's the smaller version, but it fits me absolutely perfect. And I just love using this, and I've used it for box cutting constantly since I've got it round the house. It's the one I go for now to use about the house. And this, I've got a lot of grandchildren, so I have grandchildren picked out that will all get a knife when I go, and I know who this one's going to. They don't, but I do. And I've got it tuned now. It's absolutely perfect. I absolutely just love this knife. One of my favourites. But the knife I will have with me until I die and grow old with and use is another UK friendly knife, and it's this one. You've seen this in my channel, you've seen it on my Instagram. This was my first GEC. This is a well used, well loved knife. It is just a joy. It was my first one, and I can remember getting this, and for weeks I sat at night time just stroking this knife. The grooves on it are just deep and beautiful. The colour of it is just gorgeous. This is a knife I still sit, when I have it in my pocket, I constantly have my hand in my pocket rubbing this knife. I love it. I know I keep saying that sounds sad, but I do. I would sit and watch TV, and it's kind of like a worry stone. When I want something to sit and fiddle with that just takes away you try to break your thought process up, especially recently, as you know, I've not been too good mentally recently. I'm getting better, but I've had a bit of a struggle recently, like a lot of us do. But this is my worry stone. This is my knife that I put in my pocket and I feel secure and I feel it's just me. It's just part of me. I love it. I've had it a couple of years now and it will stay. I've used it. I use it to cut my steaks. I use it for anything at all. It's just a well-used knife that I love. And I know this will be with me until the day I die. So that is my offer in Knife Detector. It is a gorgeous GEC number 78 American Jack. It was one that when I got it, it was my first high-end pocket knife, and I just love it. And I will carry it and use it till the day I go. And that's it. It's a quick video. The other thing I'm going to do is up here, it's a shout out to two channels that are just new, really, really, really new to the market, as in they've got single figure subs. So it's Mcknifeman and the EDC Den. I'll put a link to their channels down below, but two really good channels. One's a Canadian, one's in the UK. You'll really enjoy them. If you go over, pop over and say Paddy sent you, and I wish them all the very best because they're two really likeable lads and two nice channels. There you go. The GEC number 78 Titty, and it is just my go-to knife. It's my worry stone. Anybody else have a worry stone like that? This is my worry stone. Okay, folks, there you go. Short and sweet. I'll see you very shortly for another video. All the best. Take care. Paddy's away for a wee cup of tea. Bye now.